Hey guys, alright, we're back, and so continuing on where I left off, and we're gonna start off with some Fangoria goodness. Classic book here that I've managed to get in fairly decent shape. It's an old book. That's a fun book though. 101 Best Horror Movies You've Never Seen. I've seen them all. At the time when this book was out, there was definitely a few movies I hadn't seen. I remember Rampage being one of them. A Chinese Ghost Story, I still need to see that. Yeah, I say I've seen them all, but I have not seen a Chinese Ghost Story. But I've pretty much seen all these by now. Death Machine, that's an awesome one. Deranged. I love that it mentions ticks, and I love that it mentions Deep Rising, which is, I still think Deep Rising needs more love. It has gotten love. It's gotten a few decent additions over time. Deep Rising. I don't know why I'm still stuck on that one movie, but Let Sleeping Corpses Lie. That's a classic. Probably the most obscure this book gets is Luther the Geek. Prison. That's a good one. So cool. Here's the back. This is one book I remember getting from like a place called Books A Million. I don't even know if that chain's around anymore. Is Books A Million still around? I know. What's the other big one? The main one, really. Barnes and Noble. I know that chain. I know that store's still around, but I don't know if Books A Million's still around. But I remember seeing it there years ago. Next one. Oh man, I got hooked up thanks to a really cool dude on Instagram. Hooked me up a really good deal on this book here. So, Book of the Dead, one of the cooler zombie books you can have. Fun write up. I've already went through a pretty good bit of it. Trying to do this with one hand, it's impossible. Just about every zombie movie you can imagine. At least when this book was made. Pretty cool stuff. I definitely use this for reference. If I want to draw something or sculpt something, I'm definitely going to be flipping through here. So really cool. So big ups to the guy, cool seller I have on Instagram. I talk to him a lot, so I should just say friend. Yeah, he got me a really good deal on that, so I definitely recommend this book here. A lot of people were pretty much praising this book when I posted that. So that's that one. Next is a really cool book. It's got a really good interview with Larry Cohen, so that's awesome. The late great Larry Cohen. So this one is called Research. This is volume 10. There's so many volumes of this series, but I got this one strictly because it's the Incredibly Strange Films. And that is awesome that they chose that for the cover. A really cool movie called The Mask. Love that movie. It's just bizarre creeper little movie. You guys know The Mask, come on. The Mask is awesome. So some good interviews through here. Corpse Grinders. Ted B. Michaels being interviewed. That's awesome. So got this one for like dirt cheap. So long out of print, but you can get it for like 15 bucks. I mean, for this kind of book, I consider that pretty cheap. Okay, next one, and I'm glad I had to actually order this through their own publisher out of the UK. So had to pay a little bit just for being late to the party. But Volume 1 from Bleeding Skull, a 1980s trash horror odyssey. Really nice. Very well put together book. Kind of don't want to flip through this too much with one hand. I'm afraid I'm going to tear a page. Death Nurse. Huh. I have those movies. Fiend. This is all in like ABC order. Honeymoon Horror. Home Sweet Home. Some good stuff. So yeah, I'm glad to get this one. I have volume 2, but it was killing me that I was late on getting this one. So glad to finally have that into the cinema book collection. So I can finally join the party on that. Next one is Immortal Tales. Cathal, you guys are gonna. I know Pete. I'm familiar with Pete Toombs, of course, but Cathal Tohill. I'm saying that right? I'm not familiar. I know I should be, but I'm not. Anyway, it's another one of the older books that I've been wanting to get. So, in decent condition. No highlighted markings or write-ups or anything, or dog-eared pages. Oh, sorry. Well, you guys don't care, but you know how YouTube is. Anyway, I knew I shouldn't have flipped through that one too much. But Immortal Tales, I'm glad to finally get that book. I say finally, but I ended up, it didn't take me long to find a good deal on that one. I'm going to have to sit down now. Alright, this one is, all these books I got for a really good deal, especially these newer ones. Cryptid Cinema. It's mainly just about Yetis, Bigfoots, that kind of thing. That have been on film. Maybe I should. I'll try, guys. This is one of my favorite books so far since I've started looking into this stuff. I got this one off of Amazon. I remember that movie. Yeah, this is a pretty fun book. This one's easy. This one seems easier to flip through compared to some of the books. So, Equinox, that's an awesome movie. I remember when this one came out. The makers were trying to sell Lockjaw like crazy, going through everybody's YouTube channels at the time. I remember that. Yeah. The movie flopped, unfortunately. I mean, I enjoyed parts of it. Lockjaw. Zat. Goes by another title, I don't remember. Okay, so that's that one. Here's the back. All right. So that is Cryptid Cinema. Pretty cool. That is a fun book. All right, now this one deals with the more modern horror. It Lives Again. Horror movies in the new millennium. Abominable. I saw that right out of the bat. That's an awesome movie. that the Tooth Fairy? I think it is it? Dreamcatcher, that's a fun one. So you guys get the idea. You guys get the gist of that. Yeah. All right, next up, I think we're getting into some horror comics. These are like the archival books. Yeah, these are pretty cheap. Some of these are for real, like you can get a really good deal. This is from Dark Horse, putting these out. This is Tales from the Crypt Volume 1. I like to get all 4 volumes, if I can. Some of them cost a little more than others. This one's all in color, so that's nice. So I gotta have some Tales from the Crypt. Which I've only had a few when I was a kid. But yeah, I never like collected these mad or anything like that. I never fully got into the horror comics. Just whatever I could find growing up, you know, whatever's available at a gas station, pretty much. All right, there's another one called Nightmare, 64 pages of twisted tales of terror. And that is a cool cover. This is SKYWALD'S Nightmare Volume 1. There are dozens and dozens of books, of these books, that I just happened to stumble upon by looking up a few of these. And I'm excited. These are really cool to have. And I think this one's all black and white. Just, it's nicely printed, but yeah, it's gonna be all black and white on these books here. That's pretty cool, huh? The Rotten Deal. All right. The next one is another one. The Unseen, the complete unseen reader's giant. Terror that stalks by night. Trying to read through the camera, I shouldn't. Read Your Grave is Ready. So this is the complete collection of the unseen stuff. And again, black and white. I believe these are like the 50s. All right, here's the back. You guys can see that. Okay. Next is the complete Shriek, or Shrek, excuse me. Shriek. I'm an idiot. Okay, yeah, Shriek. The Monster Horror Magazine, which is why I'm reading more. And joke on myself. All right, another black and white. If I remember, this one is on older movies. I don't think this is the comic one. Yeah, older write-ups. Quite a few movies I just never... That's cool. I gotta love these old ads, right? cool. Hold on. Alright, so that's that. Next, yeah, this one's in color. Haunted Horror. This is the pre-code comics. So good, they're scary. The Chilling Archives of Horror Comics. I believe this is volume 1 of the Haunted Horror. And it's got, I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's sort of slightly embossed, or it's, yeah, a bit raised, which that is awesome. So those of you who have these, how many are there? Let me know. I found a few of them that are on my wish list. Really cool. And the pages are pretty thick and kind of stiff, so I'm afraid I might rip them by doing it one hand. So sorry guys, I can't really. But yeah, you get the idea. That's cool. So that's Haunted Horror, the pre-code comics. All right, and then last for now is another pre-order that I gotten that got released this past month, August. Untold Horror, which is also recommended to me over on Instagram. So thanks. I forget the director's name. He just did Beast Mode, and he's trying to do like I forget what other movie, but he recommended me this because I was talking about a few books, and he had mentioned that this was coming out. So I placed a pre-order after, well, I wanted to read up about it just to make sure that I knew what it was. So this is really cool. This is horror movies that were had a script for them, or they're in the middle of a sort of an unfinished script or something like that, and they just never came about. Like from anywhere from like a sequel or let's see, yeah, just movies that never happened. I wonder if it mentions it's a movie that I like called well, I think I would like it. Let me just put it that way. Called Tor. It's about a giant tortoise. I believe it was one of the I don't know if it's in here. I just got this in like last week. I don't know. Anyway, it's about a giant monster tortoise, and it's Stuart Gordon. I think it was going to be like a Stuart Gordon movie, and it just never happened. And I only know about it because I remember seeing the ads and stuff when I was looking for like horror posters at the time. The ads are like on eBay, but I'll have to look for that. But really cool. So definitely enjoy that. So Untold Horror, just about movies that were never made, unfortunately. So here's the back. That's a beautiful book. Dark Horse. That's cool. So if I flip through it too fast, guys, I apologize. I actually do have a bit of time on this camera, so. Maniac sequel. Never happened. Y'all know about that. Let's see. Comics. Cannibal Fury. I gotta read up on what that was about. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's a shame. Yeah, I remember this was going to be a Cannibal Holocaust remake, and it just never happened. I do remember looking forward to that. Maybe that's what they were talking about on that other page. Cool. All right, guys. That is the mostly pretty much horror genre. or genre cinema book collection update for me, and some horror comics that I'm just kind of getting into. The Tales from the Crypt stuff and that kind of thing, EC stuff. And let me get up. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you guys for watching. And it's kind of tough to do these books. That's harder than trying to show the posters. So anyway, keep collecting, and I will see you guys in a next update. So later. Take it easy.